So, I take responsibility if I've said anything. Then whatever that is, I apologise. But ultimately, all my history on YouTube is I have always had a big problem with a militant atheism that's been aggressive, and I wasn't in the best state to combat it politically, but that's what I tried to do. For all my mixed up motives, that's my genuine position there. And I've said things that I regret, and I've made mistakes, and I apologise. At the same time, there has been a witch hunt over the last year to try and demonise me, where I'm misrepresented on YouTube. It's culminated in this situation, because at the end of the day, it all ends up making me look bad and takes away my opportunity for freedom of speech on YouTube. So I don't want to get involved. I've sent a message to Jim Gardner telling him exactly the situation concerning Brett Keane and Richard Raspberry and Fiona, and apologised to Fiona in an email to Jim Gardner to pass on to her. I also made a private video for Fiona saying that I do not agree with whatever's happened to her, that whoever did this I just completely disown. And so basically I just want to move on. I've just told my story in these two videos the way I see it. At the end of the day, I'm a gospel minister, I'm a preacher of the gospel, and I do feel that I'm been misrepresented by many videos of the atheist, where they've talked about my mental illness to prep people, which is just my depression that I get every now and again, especially when atheists try to attack me or DMCA me, and then it gets me angry, it gets me depressed, and ultimately the true Jason Burns, who I really am, is not represented fully on YouTube. I am a gospel minister, I am trained, I have a degree in theology, I've trained, I've had thorough training, I've worked under ministers of the gospel in the Nazarene Church, where I was trained by them, worked alongside them, done placements with ministers, had theological training of the highest calibre, 4 years academic study, rigorous academic study. The Nazarene Theological Seminary is a highly reputable seminary connected to Manchester University. I've trained preachers, I've preached to hundreds of people, tens of thousands of people. I've preached in many different denominations, and I regret that I came on YouTube and I said some horrible things that I shouldn't have said, and I regret my behaviour at times. I regret the fact that I didn't have any self-respect. I regret the fact that I left my calling as a gospel preacher, went on this political fight against atheism, which was not my calling, and I regret these things. But in a funny way, it's just part of my story, and I don't regret that. It's part of my story. And I don't regret meeting all the atheists. I'm fond of all the atheists. I'm fond of all the people that I've mentioned today. Fond of DPR Jones and his crew. Fond of Alex. Fond of them all. And in a funny way, I wanted to be part of these communities. I wanted to talk to Alex and DBR Jones and many of these atheists. I wanted to spend hours talking to them, and it's a shame that we got into this kind of acrimonious controversies. But at the end of the day, I got ordained to feed my lambs, and at the end of the day, I'm a street preacher, I'm a pastor, I'm an evangelist. I'm just a man of the gospel. And as a man of the gospel, I don't want to get involved in any more controversies. I don't want to send any accusations against anybody. I don't want to be drawn in other people's accusations and become part of an alliance against atheists or whatever. I'm just Jay, and I'm just a preacher of the gospel. And I've made mistakes, and I regret them, and I apologize for them. But at the same time, you on your side as atheist, you've made mistakes as well. It's not Jason black, atheist or white. It's kind of both. There's a grey in the middle, and it's both sides. You made mistakes, I've made mistakes, but you've made mistakes as well. And I think we have to stop this demonizing of you're the horrible ones and he's the nasty one, because the truth is it's in the middle. Misunderstanding from both sides, misrepresentation from both sides, immaturity from both sides, being unkind from both sides, being genuine from both sides. It's a mixture of good and bad on both sides. And I've done this open letter so it can be a testimony to everybody on both sides that we have to try and move away from this kind of culture and move into more of a friendly understanding and discussion with people. And that's why I've done these open letters, to tell my story, warts and all, and to put a lid on it. And because it's addressed to everybody, everybody's a witness. So that should calm everybody down. That means the political leaders, it means all the evangelical leaders, it means all the atheist groups. We're all a witness to these videos. Everybody's drawn into it, whether you want to be drawn into it or not. And I would just say, get on with your shows, do your atheist shows, do your Christian shows, and do whatever you have to do. But as me, I'm just a preacher of the gospel. I was born to preach. I was born to preach, and that's what I am, a preacher. I am not an apologist against atheism. I am not a YouTube personality. And that's it really. And so I wish everybody well. I wish Fiona, I wish Alex, I wish Kat, I wish the New Covenant group, Christopher Moore, Bible Thumping Wingnut, LaSawyer, Live Life 8072, DPR Jones, Arma, Non-Scamtite, Thunderfoot. Friends and foes, I wish you all the best. And I really just hope that you have a great year. In the UK the sun is coming out, we're having some great weather, and I just wish you all the best. And I'm just going to get on what I was born to do. I'm healed. I've come through a difficult 5 years, and I'm healed. I'm happy. And there's one place I need to be away from, and that is YouTube. I've said it many times, many times, but there's one place I need to get off, where I'm obviously addicted to. That I have to get rid of this old addiction, and I have to just break from it. and I have to move on. And I've got to do that. Otherwise I'll just ruin my life. If I just stay on YouTube, it'll just ruin my life. So I've got to leave it and go, because I'm a preacher of the gospel. That's what I was meant to do. I fell off the rail but I'm back on the rail, and I wish everybody the best. I wish you, Fiona, the best. I wish Captain Awesome Show, I wish Lenny Lenator, I wish Jim Gardner, I wish Alex and Kat and Dr. Jones and Christopher Moore. I wish you all the best. I really, really do. I wish everybody the best. Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris. I wish you all the best. And I don't have any hate or animosity or any anger towards anybody on YouTube. And like I said, if I've said anything or said things that are incorrect, infactual, then I sincerely apologise for that. And that's me. So this is an open letter to atheist Christians and political leaders, and may God bless you all. And I'm just going to get on with preaching the gospel. I would like it if the atheists would close down the archive channels, because that would mean I could move on. And I would like it if you could just forget about me. Yeah, so God bless you all. Alright, take care and God bless.